Every single day, a new headline screams, "This is the eternal fountain of youth." But mostly, this is just expensive, useless marketing garbage designed to steal your money. Today, we filter the noise and find the biological truth. We use the evidence meter. Left, only works in mice. Right, proven in humans. Category 1, pure hypes. Save your money. Number 10, Resveratrol, the miracle substance found in red wine. This was the darling of anti-aging research for 20 years. In yeast and obese mice, it activated sirtuins and extended life. But the human data is now clear. It does not work. It does not reduce heart disease, it does not stop cancer, and it does not make you live longer. The mechanism simply does not translate to human biology. The hype train has officially crashed. Number 9, swallowable collagen. Your stomach acid immediately breaks it into worthless parts. You cannot simply eat skin to get better skin. Biology does not work that way, no matter what paid influencers say. It is biologically as illogical as eating a brain to become smarter. Number 8, young blood transfusions. Yes, this is real. Tech billionaires are actually buying blood boys. Parabiosis experiments stitched mice together, and old mice got younger due to factors in the plasma. But in humans, there is zero efficacy evidence and a very high risk of immune reaction and cancer. This is dangerous pseudoscience masking as tech. Category 2, the mixed bag. Things that feel amazing, but might not actually make you live longer. Number 7, ice baths. Everywhere on social media, people jump into freezing water. It looks cool, but does it actually extend life? Cold exposure triggers a massive dopamine spike and activates brown adipose tissue, which burns fat for heat. It also reduces systemic inflammation temporarily. Subjectively, you feel invincible and alert. However, the long-term longevity data in humans is scarce. It might even blunt muscle growth if done right after training. It is an excellent mental resilience tool and helps with recovery, but it is not a biological fountain of youth. Use the cold for mental resilience and quick recovery, but do not expect it to magically reverse your wrinkles. Number 6, intermittent fasting. Starving for 16 hours and eating all your calories in an 8-hour window. The theory is that fasting triggers autophagy, where cells clean out damaged parts. While true, significant autophagy in humans likely requires days of fasting, not just skipping breakfast. The benefits of 16 to 8 primarily come from caloric restriction. You simply have less time to eat. It is a powerful tool for weight control, but it is not magic. If you overeat within your window, you gain weight. It is physics, not alchemy. Be careful. If you fast too long and do not eat enough protein, you lose muscle. That accelerates aging. Number 5, NMN and NAD boosters. The darlings of the biohacking world that promise to recharge your cellular batteries.
NAD levels drop as we age. In mice, restoring them with NMN dramatically restores youthful energy and repairs DNA. The hype is massive. But in humans, the results are conflicting. Some studies show minor metabolic benefits, others show nothing. The bioavailability is poor, meaning much of it never reaches your cells. Until we have solid, long-term human trials, you might just be making your urine very expensive. Category 3, the basics. These are boring, they are unsexy, but they are the foundation of everything else. Number 4, hydration. Consider that your cells are essentially bags of water. Without fluid, the machinery of life halts. Water is the medium for every chemical reaction in your body. It regulates temperature, lubricates joints, and transports nutrients. Even mild dehydration drops cognitive function and increases cortisol. But you do not need to carry a gallon jug everywhere. Your body has a sophisticated thirst mechanism. Drink when you are thirsty, and drink water, not sugar. It is simple, effective, and free. The meter moves to the green. Clear or pale yellow urine is the goal. It is simple, effective, and completely free. Number 3, basic supplements, specifically vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids. These are not magic, they are essential. Vitamin D is actually a hormone that regulates over 1,000 genes involved in immune function and cancer defense. Most modern humans are deficient because we live indoors. Omega-3s are the building blocks of cell membranes and potent anti-inflammatories. Correcting these deficiencies is like patching holes in the hull of your ship. It is not biohacking, it is basic maintenance. Without them, you sink faster. Forget the daily multivitamin. Focus on what you are actually missing. Get a blood test and supplement strategically. And a quick mention for alcohol. The uncomfortable truth is that 0 alcohol is the only longevity dosage. When you drink, your body prioritizes breaking down ethanol because it is a poison. The byproduct, acetaldehyde, damages DNA and prevents repair. Even moderate drinking shrinks the brain over time and significantly disrupts REM sleep. It increases the risk of 7 types of cancer. If you want to optimize for longevity, alcohol has no place in your diet. Sorry, but that is the biological reality. Category 4, validated impact. Now we enter the zone where choices significantly extend your lifespan. Number 2A, the sugar trap. Constant glucose spikes act like sandpaper on the inside of your blood vessels. When blood sugar spikes repeatedly, insulin floods your system. Over time, your cells stop listening. This is insulin resistance, the root cause of metabolic aging. Excess sugar binds to proteins in a process called glycation, literally rusting your tissues from the inside out. This damages collagen, blood vessels, and organs. Keeping your glucose curve flat and insulin low is one of the most powerful things you can do for longevity. Number 2, nutrition without dogma. It is not about religion, it is about biochemistry.
The diet wars are a distraction. The real killer is cardiovascular disease, driven by ApoB particles that carry cholesterol into your artery walls. To lower ApoB, reduce saturated fats and increase fiber. Fiber acts as a net, trapping cholesterol and feeding your gut microbiome. A healthy microbiome reduces systemic inflammation. Whether you are vegan or keto, if your ApoB is high, you are at risk. Use nutrition to manage your blood work, not your identity. The science is settled. Prioritize protein to support muscle, but get it from quality sources: plants, fish, and lean meats. Avoid processed meat like the plague. Number 1 in this tier, sleep. You must think of it as the absolutely essential nightly cleaning crew for your tired brain. During the day, your brain cells are active and produce metabolic waste, including beta amyloid and tau proteins. These are the sticky plaques found in Alzheimer's patients. When you enter deep non-REM sleep, your brain cells actually shrink by 60%. This creates space for the glymphatic system to flood the brain with cerebral spinal fluid, physically washing these toxins away. It is a literal brainwash. If you cut sleep short, the waste builds up and destroys neurons. You cannot supplement your way out of sleep deprivation. Keep your room cool, dark, and gadget-free. Consistency is key. Go to bed at the same time every single night. Bonus mention, the sauna. It is often grouped with ice baths, but the scientific data here is actually much stronger. Regular sauna use mimics the effects of moderate cardiovascular exercise. It increases heart rate and blood flow. More importantly, it triggers the release of heat shock proteins. These molecular chaperones repair damaged proteins and prevent them from aggregating. Finnish studies following thousands of men for decades show a dose-dependent reduction in all-cause mortality. The more frequent the sauna, the lower the risk of dying from heart disease. It is heat stress that heals. And now, the Holy Trinity. The only 3 things that can practically stop the aging process. This is the gold standard. The engine, Zone 2 cardio. This means steady, conversational pace exercise like jogging or cycling. It creates the energy for life. Why is Zone 2 so special? It is all about metabolic flexibility. When you train at this low intensity, you force your body to burn fat for fuel instead of carbohydrates. This stimulates the production of PGC1 alpha, which drives the creation of new mitochondria. In the elderly, mitochondrial dysfunction is a primary hallmark of aging. Zone 2 reverses this. It clears lactate more efficiently, lowers resting heart rate, and improves insulin sensitivity. It is not just exercise, it is cellular renovation. The evidence is overwhelming. Higher mitochondrial density equals a longer, more energetic life. The engine part 2, VO2 max. This is the single strongest statistical predictor of how long you will live.
VO2 max measures how efficiently your body uses oxygen. It represents the functional capacity of your entire system. The higher the number, the further you are from death. Elite athletes have high numbers, but you don't need to be a pro. Just pushing your heart rate to the max once a week drives this number up. Moving from low to below average fitness reduces your mortality risk more than quitting smoking. It is the ultimate metric of longevity. Aim for 3 to 4 hours a week. You should be able to speak but not sing. That is the sweet spot. The armor, strength training. Muscle is not just for looks. It is the organ of longevity. Muscle acts as a massive glucose sink, preventing diabetes. It secretes myokines that fight cancer and regulate metabolism. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass in a process called sarcopenia. This leads to frailty, falls, and the end of independence. Strength training is the only way to stop this. Grip strength is one of the best predictors of future health. If you are frail, you are vulnerable. If you are strong, you are armored against disease. Lift heavy things twice a week. Focus on compound movements like squats and deadlifts. Never skip leg day. The tribe, social connection. Physical armor is absolutely nothing without the final and perhaps most important piece of the longevity puzzle. Loneliness is a biological stressor. It triggers a fight or flight response that increases cortisol and systemic inflammation. It is as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. The blue zones, areas where people live the longest, all prioritize strong community. Positive relationships release oxytocin, which calms the nervous system and boosts immunity. You can eat perfect food and run marathons, but if you are alone, your biology suffers. It is the biohack you cannot buy. Prioritize relationships. Call your parents. Join a club. Human connection is a biological necessity, not a luxury. So stop producing expensive urine with unproven supplements. Go run, lift heavy weights, and hug your friends. That is the real secret. Invest your time in the Trinity, not your money in hypes. Your future self will thank you. Stay healthy and see you next time. Subscribe for more science.